Most traders are guessing right now, but I think that there's a real focus in terms of what's happening in crypto, specifically in Bitcoin and Ethereum, about how we can start to pay attention to the market. So what you're looking at here is a crypto briefing. This is something that I send myself every single morning. You can sign up for it if you're interested. But the most important parts of what we're going to do here is looking at what price, volume, and sentiment are doing. Specifically, we're looking at Bitcoin, which is the number one here. You can see that the price is 14 or 114,000 roughly. Now it's got that red lettering, red background, which means it's at a moderately high, which means it is one standard deviation above its normal range. The one issue that I'd see is that we are seeing it currently bearish. We're looking at the volume here. The data provided that I have, you can just add all the zeros that you need for the billions of shares that would be traded. But if we're looking at Bitcoin, what I'd be looking at right now is that it's first off, it's bearish. Number two, we can see that it is actually moderately high. So if I was going to sell some Bitcoin, I'd be doing it here. And if I was going to be buying some Bitcoin, I'd be looking at it for closer when it gets to like 111, 112, most likely, at the least. But I could be buying it all the way down to 105, as well as then selling some when we get to like 118. So right now, if I'm looking at crypto, I'd be looking at what's going on in Bitcoin, then I'd be looking at what's going on in Ethereum, because these are the two big dogs in the market. Now, the nice thing that I like about what's going on with Ethereum is that we've got it in the green background with the black lettering. It means it's in the normal range, and it means that it's currently bullish. So I would be looking to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, excuse me, anytime that we're getting near that trade range, which is 140 or 4417, so 14, whatever. $4,417. Now, if we go actually look at like a live quote of Ethereum here, the thing that I find to be interesting is that essentially today this thing has essentially fallen. The low of it has come down to around 4,500. I probably would start buying somewhere around there because I'm not sure if it's really going to hit the exact trade level. But what I like to see is that as a market overall, this thing has essentially been hitting the top of the range at 4,700, right? So it hit 4,700 just like a day ago. And what was the top of the range? The top of the range was 4,730. It kind of just bounced off the top of the range and came right back down. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and look back at like Bitcoin, where most people, this is what they do. They just come to like a range, like they come to like a scanner like this and they go, I don't know what I'm going to do. But the nice thing about the trade briefing, at least in my opinion, is that like you can see here, right? This thing was hitting 116. It was hitting 116 and then just bounced right off. Now, that may not have been the price that you see today, but that was the price pretty much yesterday if we were thinking about the trade range. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to show you. So I'm going to go back to essentially this page. This is the page that shows every single like actual thing that we have in terms of what goes into the crypto newsletter. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Bitcoin here because I actually just want to look at the individual data of Bitcoin. The reason why is because I want to look at what the range has been like. So we can see here on the 12th, the top of the range was 116, right? So if we look, and I can scroll down, you can look at it on a table here, but the top of the range was 116 on the 12th. So 116 on the 12th, what was going on? Let's see. Yeah, we hit 116 as the high, 116. It looks like on the 12th, we hit the high of 116, 742, and then it bounced right off. That was exactly what the range was telling me was going to happen. It was essentially we were hitting 116, 654, and then it bounced right off and came back down. So what I'm doing is I'm using this in a way where I'm going to be looking at what is going on in this briefing in terms of what is the sentiment, where's the price, where is it relative to the top of the range, and then what am I going to do? So based on what I'm looking at today, Ethereum at 4,500 bucks essentially with a trade level of 4417 and the top of the range at 4737, this is what I'm going to be buying today. I'm going to be paying attention to what's going on in Ethereum because Ethereum has much more upside relative to where it is right now. It does have a little bit of downside, but it has much more upside relative to what it's doing than Bitcoin does. Now, that's the type of thing that I'm going to be using this crypto briefing for. If you're interested in it, you can always go. You can sign up for it for free. I think it is traderanges.com, I think yeah, crypto newsletter. You can go ahead and sign up here. You can get it for free. We send it to you every single Saturday, at least at 11 a.m. If you want a premium version, it is $10 a month, and you get it every single day at 6:30 in the morning. So it's completely set up for you. And the thing that's really nice is I'm going to make it so that you can actually come in and also look at this crypto dashboard if you are one of the subscribers. The reason why I think it's really useful is because if you're looking here from the buy bottom, the sell top, or from the trade level, I think that's very useful information. Now, of course, this isn't financial information. This is just one guy in his range and the guy who's pretty decent at coding and a little bit of AI here. But when I'm looking at what I think is useful, I think these levels are very useful. I think knowing if it's a higher high and higher low in the range is really useful. And I think most importantly, knowing what the sentiment is. If you can know what the sentiment is, you are 90% of the way there in terms of making a good trade. But tell me what you think in the comments below. I'll talk to you soon.